Hello, everybody. Dr. Rick Wallace dropping in on you. Hope everybody is having an unbelievable start to their week on here on Tuesday, getting jumped off. I want to start the day off by encouraging you. I have a lot of stuff I want to get to you over the course of the day. Some of it will be through video, others will be through posts and interactions, depending on where you're at, because I'm streaming to a number of different platforms this morning. But what I want to do is I want to encourage you, no matter what it is you're going through, no matter what it is that's happening, you have to understand that if you're breathing, you're still in the fight. I don't care how bad it's gotten. If you're breathing, you're still in the fight. You've got to square your shoulders. You've got to get up. I'm telling you, I've been knocked down more than my share of times. The thing is, to me, I made up in my mind a long time ago that I didn't care how many times I had to get knocked down to get where I was going. The thing is, all I had to do to win was get up one more time than the number of times I got knocked down. And that's the way you got to think. Thinking you're going to get through life and you're not going to have challenges isn't realistic. And it's the only time I'll ever apply that is when you're thinking about getting somewhere without actually understanding the process of getting there. That's not being realistic. Can you get something that you desire? Absolutely. Can you make what seems impossible become not only possible, probable, but done? Absolutely. It's going to require that you put in the work. I want to talk to you about what it takes when there's a bunch of noise. And what do I mean by noise? The opinions of other people sitting up and telling you what's going on, the noise that's going on in your head from self doubt, the noise going on in your head reminding you of what's happened in the past. All of that's noise. You know what else is noise? Noise is sitting up and look at what someone else is doing and how they're building their success, and then trying to compare your journey and where you are to what they're doing without understanding the background story behind what appears to be glory in their lives. That is another form of noise. You've got to eliminate the noise so that you can be clear in where you're going. You got to eliminate the noise so that you don't become distracted and frustrated by things that don't contribute to where it is you're going in life. Let me explain something to you. This life is about reward. It's not about ease. This life is about sitting up and going out into the world and achieving what you were designed to do. That's what this life is about. This life is about knocking your assignment out of the box. You know, that Netflix special, I think it was Netflix or Amazon Netflix special, Squid Games or whatever, where everybody got hooked on the whole thing. I understood the assignment. Whether you understand the assignment, that's the thing. That's all your purpose is understanding the assignment. When you understand the assignment, you know why you're here and you know what must be done. Now, there are a number of different ways of getting it done, but the thing is, this is what must be done. There's no plan B to your purpose. Your purpose is your purpose. Now, how you get it done will be a series of different things and adjustments along the way, but the bottom line is you're going to have to put in work. The bottom line is you are going to have to make up your mind to get out there and do some things that other people aren't doing. If you want to experience some things that other people aren't experiencing, you can't get out there and do what the default behavior is and expect exceptional. You can't get out there and move around like all the other people who are in the box complaining and frustrated and expect to get something exceptional and extraordinary. You're going to have to pay attention to the cues. You're going to have to pay attention to what others. Someone told me a long time ago, pay attention to successful people because success leaves clues. And so what does that mean? That means that if I watch people who are being successful, I'll learn some of the principles of being successful just by observing them. I will follow and look at and how do they do this? Some of the things that I picked up along the way is get up early. Start your day early. Another thing I learned is start your day on the right note. Don't let anything get into your head before you establish your mindset. And that is immensely important. Thank you so much, Ms. Lovelace. Thank you so much. It's a blessing to be uh, someone who is inspiring and contributing to others. But I'm going to talk to you about several simple principles here, and we're going to be done. And I'm going to show you some ways that you can bless yourself over this holiday. I don't want anyone who watches one video of mine to go in 2022 how you are today and how you've lived most of 2021. I don't care if it was an awesome year. I want you to go in with momentum and an idea and a mindset of being better in 2022. Don't get there and try to start in 2022. I told you that's how so many people fail. They're going to get over into the transition and then get there in a dead standstill and decide I'm going to change my life. No, now's the time that you start changing. But let's talk about some of the things you got to change. How do you kill the noise? Stop focusing on what you've lost. Stop focusing on what you lost. So many people can't get past what they've lost. They've lost money. They've lost businesses. They've lost relationships. They've lost some things. And yeah, I know it hurts. Let me explain something to you though. Stop focusing on what you lost and start living with what you have left. So let me explain something to you. I don't care how significant what you lost seems. The miracle is always in what was left. Let me tell you that again. There are going to be some times that what you have lost seems so massive and significant that you can't possibly fathom in your mind how you're going to make something of what you have left. But the miracle is always in what's left. The thing that you lose, the person that walks away was not meant to contribute to the rest of the leg of your destiny. That's on them. What you got to focus on is what's left, because what's left is what's going to produce the miracle that turns out to be an extraordinary life if you remain focused. Stop seeking external validation. It's good when somebody says, I believe in you. Oh, I know the feeling. And if the right person says they believe in you, oh my God, the things that you will start trying to do to honor their belief. It's amazing how we'll tend to work harder to honor someone else's faith in us more than we will honor the faith we have in ourselves. That's not how it's supposed to be. You're supposed to have an internal thing inside of you that drives you at a greater level than anything that somebody on the outside of you can do. Because see, there are going to be some times you're going to have to take some steps where nobody else believes. You're going to have to get through some things where everyone around you believes you're going to fail. You're going to have to be willing to step into it and walk through it and not have one person sitting around you telling you you can't. You're going to have to do that at least once in life. Then if you get smart, you start surrounding yourself with people who will fan your flames. Now, they're not going to lie to you and tell you you're something you're not. They're not going to sit up there and be yes men or yes women, but they're going to fan your flames. They're going to tell you, I believe in them. They're going to tell you, get up and work harder. They're going to tell you, you got this. Don't quit now. Don't quit. They're going to fan your flames. They're going to keep you. They're going to get things going. They're going to sit up and they're going to turn some small little fire into a massive engulfing inferno that turns this world around. That's the capacity you have sitting inside of you that most people will never activate because they're sitting around waiting on somebody else to tell them that they can. What's next? Stop looking at the scoreboard so much. Stop taking a score. If you're constantly glancing at the scoreboard, you can't be 100% in the game. Yes, you need to kind of be aware of where you're at. That's called awareness. You need to be aware of where you're at. You need to be very clear of what's going on and what you're doing. But stop staring at the scoreboard so much that you can't be in the game. Then let me tell you something. This is how you win the game. Not by staring at the scoreboard. Staring at the scoreboard never changes the score. How do you change the score? You change the score by making sure I'm going to win every play. I'm going to win every down. I'm going to win every minute. I'm going to win every encounter. And so what you do is you sit up and say, I'm going to win every encounter. Will you win every encounter? No, that's not life. That's not how it's done. But if I make up in my mind, I'm going to bring my A game to every encounter. I'm going to sit up and do everything. Let me tell you something. It's written on the board, but I know it by heart. When I finish my prayer and meditation every morning, I end my prayer and meditation with what's on that board in front of me. And I got boards and everything in front. What's in front of me? It says, I am committed to excellence. I am adequately sufficient to meet every challenge. I am abundant, wealthy, debt-free, powerful, relentless, and dominant. It says, I create, I generate, I elevate, I gravitate, I dominate. That's every day. I am committed to what? Excellence. What does that mean? I have an intentional engagement in everything I do. I don't sit around trying to ease through any moment. I'm not coasting at any point of the day. If I can't do it well, I don't do it. If I can't do it better than I did it last time, then I got to slow down and focus on it. I got to win every moment. If I go out to win every moment, will I win every moment? Absolutely not. But what I will do is win the most of them if I'm on my A game, because I know I'm built for this. This is my purpose. This is my life. This is my assignment. Nobody can't beat me and stop me at my assignment. Will I have some hiccups? Will I have some slip ups? Absolutely, because I'm not perfect. But if I walk out and move in the way that I'm supposed to be moving, I will transcend every challenge. Thank you, Miss Lovelace. I will transcend every challenge, not in the sense that I'm going to win every moment, but I'm going to overcome whatever is in front of me. It may take 2 or 3 attempts, may take 4 or 5 attempts, may take 2 or 3 years. Doesn't matter to me. Why? Because I'm relentless. I do not quit. That's my one word, relentless. It's not how smart I am. It's not how many degrees are on the wall. It's not how much experience I have. It's not who I know and any other resource, how much money I have in the bank account to get it done. It's that I won't quit. I told people all the time, it's somebody out here that's wishing for my demise. You better not hold your breath. You better breathe. You better exhale. If you're waiting on me to fold, you better not hold your breath. You'll die right there waiting on me to quit. I don't quit. I win because I don't quit. I've learned that you can be the slowest person, but if you have the will to persevere, you get there. You can be the person that doesn't have all the answers, but if you persevere, you'll find them. You might not even be in the right geographical location, but if you persevere and you keep going, somehow you'll end up where you're supposed to be. Don't quit. To whom much is given, much is required. And I'm going to end it on this note. It's in the Bible. It's been oft quoted. To whom much is given, the more will be required. To whom much is given, much is required. What does it mean? It means that you have something inside of you. Say, well, I didn't start with much. I'm not talking about material things. Material things manifest themselves from a spiritual origin. You're manifesting your thoughts. You're manifesting your choices. You're manifesting your ideas, your beliefs, your limitations every day. So what you see in the physical isn't what I'm talking about. In the material isn't what I'm talking about. What I'm saying is, who much is given. What is much? Much is the potential of your purpose, the potential of your capacity. You have inside of you so much potential. That's much. Like Dr. Miles Monroe says, most people take it to the grave. That's why the cemetery is the wealthiest place in the world. Got books not written, businesses not started, inventions not done, relationships not cultivated. So many things that people were sent here to do that they did not do, and they take to the grave because much was given, but very little was done. Of whom much is given, much is required. And people balk at that because much is required means I got to go out and I got to put in the work. See, the world doesn't owe you anything, but the world will pay you upon everything the world doesn't owe you anything, but it will pay you whatever it owes you. Doc, that doesn't make sense. Yes, it does. See, the world doesn't owe you anything except for what you earn. So when you go out and much is given, much is required. When I do much, I get rewarded much. My reward matches my effort. My reward matches my work. You've got to be able to wake up in the morning and go out and do the work that will produce the things you desire. You can't wish upon it. Now, I can start with a desire. You know, you can wish for it, start with a desire, but the desire has to lead to a thought pattern that produces a belief. And then that belief has to move you to action. And then you consistently move in the action, making the necessary adjustments until you produce the thing that you desire. But it must start with an idea, but it must be followed with work. Your reward in this world will always match your work. Now, here's a problem with a lot of people is we are in a culture, especially in Western culture, where we have this need for immediate gratification. So we'll go put in some work. We'll work hard for a week, and when it doesn't show up, we quit. We'll work hard for a month, and when it doesn't show up, we quit. We don't realize that sometimes there's a gestation period within what we're planning. And matter of fact, every time, depending on what you're planning, is going to determine how long it needs to germinate, how long the gestation period is. What does that mean? When I plant a seed, depending on the seed, there's a different germination and gestation period. What it means, I plant a rose, I can expect that to bloom and blossom within weeks. I plant an acorn, it's going to be some years before I see the fruit of what's been planted. But here's the difference. That rose bush is not going to have the longevity of the oak tree. The oak tree will provide shade long after you have gone from this place. It will be providing shade for your progeny. That's the difference. Sometimes you got to understand, to get the oak tree, I'm going to have to work harder and be patient enough to allow the seeds that I'm planting to gestate. Some of you walk away before the blessing. Some of you walk away before the breakthrough. Some of you haven't even moved towards the breakthrough. I challenge you. This is the moment to change your life. Stop waiting on the perfect timing. I'm going to wait till the kids get out of the house. I'm going to wait till I finish school. I'm going to wait till this. I need to say this. Let me tell you something. It's a bunch of people that were waiting that never got the opportunity. If you know there's something better for you, you got to move on it now. Tomorrow's not promised. And the opportunity may be biggest when you're sitting up and you're knowing it the strongest. It's not when it looks right. It's when it's on your heart. And you know, you're waking up every day going out knowing this isn't what I want to do. This can't be all that it is out here for me. There's got to be something. And I'm not just talking about putting zeros in your bank account. That's a beautiful thing. I'm not talking about just that. I'm talking about, how am I touching lives? How am I being fulfilled? How am I waking up every day and just feeling good about the life I have? Because I'm literally changing the world around me, one person at a time, maybe 5 people at a time, 10 people, 100 people at a time, depending on how I'm moving in my mission. But one thing I know is I understand the assignment, and I've got to move. So I tell you what I'm going to do. One of my favorite courses is the Rapid Change Breakthrough course. I told you about this before. We're still doing that right now. My Rapid Change Breakthrough session, I charge $350 for one session with me. And I get results for that $350. I wouldn't be able to charge it. And every other program is built off of that framework of the value of my time. But what I can tell you is, in that one session, you can literally change your life. That's the power of directing the energy and the force towards what you need to do and being very clear about where you need to be versus where you're at. Because when you know where you're at and you know where you'd be, you set your direction. A lot of people don't know which direction they're going to because they may know where they're at, but they don't know where they're going. You got to have a clear vision. Then you got to set your course. You got to set your pace. Then you got to look at what thinking is stopping you. What limiting beliefs are stopping you? Anyway, I want to work with you. And so right now we've extended our Black Friday, Cyber Monday special on the Rapid Change Breakthrough session. It was $350. It's now 50% off. And trust me, it's worth the $350 more. The disc assessment that I do as a part of it is worth $350. And there's a bunch more that comes with this: a personal plan, an evaluation of current state, future direction, and setting a plan in motion. All of this one session. And a lot of people do this, and after they get it done, they want to work with me, but you don't have to. All I want you to do is get started. I don't want you sitting where you're at going into 2022. Now, I'll tell you this: not everybody's meant to work with me. I understand that. I understood that a long time ago. That's why I don't balk at my prices, because everybody's not meant to work with me. But what I can tell you is, you're worth investing in yourself. So if you don't want to work with me, you better find somebody that can help you get. Yeah, did I do a lot of things on my own? Yeah, but it took me a lot of time to learn it. That's why I'm trying to help people get there quicker. But I still had to go out and find people that would help me. I still had to invest in myself. Invest in yourself and make this the year that everything changes. Go into 2022 with a clear understanding of what's going to be different, how it's going to be different, what you're going to do and how you're going to do it, and walk it out day by day. It's time for you to fulfill the assignment. If you understand it, or if you know it, if you know it's out there and you want to uncover it, now's the time. I am out of here. You guys, I love you. Man, it's so awesome doing what I do, to wake up every day and my work is my work. You know what I'm saying? I literally, when I reach this platform that I'm striving for, where money is no longer an option, I'm gonna do this for free. I am. I've already got in my mind. People talk about retiring at 62 and 65. Man, I'm gonna retire when I take my last breath because I love what I'm doing. I am not going to be sitting around driving people in my family crazy because I ain't got nothing to do. I'm going out and change the world. I'm going out and doing something spectacular. I'm going out and speaking into the lives of other people. I'm going to do something that will live longer than me. That's called legacy. And what I'm challenging you to do is start to build your legacy. So if you want to change your life and you want to get started right now, hey, click that link. And there's also another link. If you're looking for other resources and things that can help you along the way, from books to everything else, click that Linktree link, and it's a number of things. But if you want to take advantage of the Rapid Change Breakthrough, click the Rapid Change link, which should be the first link. On that note, I'm out of here. You guys have a great day. Yeah, you're right, Ms. Lovelace. Life is just getting started at 65 if you know how to live. But we live in a world that wants you to shut it down, because we live in a world that's really not thinking about what's best for you. What's best for you is to live your life. If you're still breathing, you're still living, right? That's the beauty of operating in your work and not just your job. We're going to talk about work versus job too, coming soon. But on that note, I'm out of here. You guys have an unbelievable